Welcome to Tom's Tinkering Adventures, down on the farm once again. So, today, I'm doing a little bit of maintenance on my brother's car. My brother lives just a town over, and he let me borrow his car to get around and pick stuff up, that sort of stuff, while he's working, and very gracious of him. Anyway, I noticed it had some fluid leakage up here underneath the wheel well, and we found, let's see if we can see it back here, this brake hose looks like it has obvious leakage going on here, so we're going to replace that. And my dad's in the house. I told him about it, but we'll see if he gets out here and helps me, but I don't know where all of his tools are in this mystical place called his machine shed. He has everything, but finding it is sort of a like an Indiana Jones type of an adventure. You got to go in there and know what you're looking for. So I don't know where everything is, but I know where some stuff is, so I got probably enough tools here to at least get it changed, and then hopefully I can get him to come out here and help me find the rest of the stuff to get the brakes bled. The local auto parts store had a hose in stock right on their shelves, and I've already taken it out of the box and kind of compared it in there, so it looks like it's the right one. So let me see if we can set this up and have you all follow along for a little adventure under here. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll try. All right, so first off, yeah, we're gonna make a hell of a mess because it's going to be leaking brake fluid, but that's all right. I got kind of lucky on this. I actually checked it before I started the video. Otherwise I was gonna have to get my dad to come out here, and I didn't want to interrupt his jeopardy. He was watching in the house, but I checked this to make sure that this was going to come loose. If you ever work on brakes, a lot of times you need a flare nut wrench to get these loose, but this one fortunately came loose. And especially if you're working on something in the Midwest like here, oh my goodness, in Minnesota, they put salt on the roads in the winter. And if you drive your car in the winter, well, good luck, because you're going to have a lot of rust on a lot of items. In fact, here, take a look at this shock right here, right where I'm at. Look at that. This has got an air ride suspension on this Lincoln, but I don't think it works. So yeah, getting that off the bottom, it might come off if you spray it generously with PB Blaster or WD-40 or whatever it is that you seem to like as a penetrating oil. But a lot of times stuff just gets so corroded here that you don't have a chance. And this is not a terribly old vehicle. It's a 2000. My brother told me that the whole air ride suspension on the back was completely corroded out when he got this. He got it from a family friend and got a fair deal on this car. But the air ride suspension was completely rusted out, and then replacement items were extremely expensive. So he just went with a non-stock setup. Of course, that doesn't turn. He went with a non-stock setup and got rid of the air ride suspension, and I think he put leaf springs and shocks in the back instead of the air ride. And I highly doubt this front air ride suspension works. The car rides fairly nice. It's a 2000 Lincoln Navigator. But brake lines are a common corrosion item here. There goes the wrench to the bottom. All right, so that one's off. We're almost all the way here. Let's get that wrench. Do y'all see it? There it is. All right, now I'll bring you in for another view here. There's the brake caliper. Now, if you ever change a brake hose, This is called the banjo bolt here. Yeah, I'm doing a little video here, so, but yeah, if you can get the tools to get the tire off, that'd probably make it a little easier, but I didn't know where they were, so I could just use the tools I found. Yeah, so this bolt down here is kind of called a banjo bolt usually, and it's a bolt that goes through here. I'll show you once I get it off. It's a bolt that goes right through this block, and it's hollow in the middle, and it's got a couple holes through it, so the fluid travels down this line, your brake fluid. When you press your brake pedal, pushes a piston. I'm simplifying everything, of course, but it pushes a piston which pushes the fluid through here, down into this little block here. And then this bolt is hollow through the center with a couple of holes, so the fluid goes through that and into your brake caliper, which is right here, which then squeezes together against your brake disc and stops your car. So on the good side of it, the brake hose was, like I said, it was carried locally, and it was $17 or something, not expensive. Okay, so on each side of this is a washer. There's one, you see it right there, and there's one right under my thumb right there. It's a copper crush washer, so those you usually want to replace. And now here's that banjo bolt. Let me bring it out here and I'll show you on the video here how that looks. Let's get in the sunlight. All right. Hopefully there you go. So there's the hole. And this one only has one hole. And hollow through the center. So on the brake hose, you can see that's your little distribution, comes through there. I don't know if we'll be able to see inside of there. You see inside of there? There's a hole. That's where it comes through here. And this fits kind of loosely in there. Fits kind of loosely in there. So no matter where this hole is positioned, the fluid will go in there. Pressure will push it into here, through the center, and into the caliper. Let's see here. Now, oh, there they are. Brand new crush washers come with the kit. So, all I have left to do before we're ready to get that new one on is to get this brake caliper mount off. Let's see if we can get that off with y'all in here. Let's see. It's right there. And as I said, I think I got fairly lucky that nothing was frozen on here. We'll put that right back in there so we know where that goes. All right, and out we come. All right, so there's the old one, and we'll compare the new one to the old one. Looks like we're the same. And it even has the clips, which is kind of nice because this one had a broken clip on it. So those clips are for the anti-lock brake sensor wire. So if you look down here, let's see if we can find out where that anti-lock brake sensor. There's the wire, and it goes over on the other side over here. But anyway, you can see right there, and right there is where that thing clips. So I'm going to pause the video here and get this other line kind of installed, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we're back here. I got the hose changed out. Oh yeah, I wanted to make sure everyone knew here. I got the car up on a jack, but you don't just ever trust a jack. So I've got a jack stand under there as well. So yeah, never work under car on just the jack. So anyway, I got this new hose installed. There you can see the new copper crush washer, and there's one behind it. Yeah, you probably can't see it, but it's on the back side of that. New hose. There we got the ABS sensor clipped in. Follow it up here. There you go. Move over here. Where's a good view? Right about there. Yep, I'll mount it in. So I got brake fluid everywhere. I gotta hit a little brake cleaner on here, and then the last thing to do before we're done, right here, brake bleeder. So since we opened up the brake system, anytime you open up the brake system, you have to bleed the air out of it, otherwise you're gonna have spongy brakes. So my dad's gonna dig up a brake bleeding kit, whatever he happens to have here, and we'll bleed the brakes. But a very simple job, and make the vehicle safe once again, and probably take a look at all the others while we're here. But you know, my brother let me use the car, so I just figured it was the right thing to do, is to take care of it and fix it up a little bit for him. And it was not hard, was not expensive. I didn't even have to use that many tools. Taking the wheel off would have been easier, but it wasn't 100% necessary. It was still quite easy. I mean, I started this video. I did do a tiny little bit of prep work. I got the tools out, and I did check that one that I showed you that I was worried about, that I might need a flare nut wrench for. But other than that, everything else was just as it was recorded. So it's not a very difficult job. So if you ever need to change a brake hose, don't be afraid. But make sure that you do bleed the brakes. I'm not going to include that on this video because I'm saving a little bit for the project that I'm going to work on later today, which will be mess around again with this old pickup. So there you have it. Don't be afraid to tinker if you need to. Adios.